All right, guys, today we are finally going to be going to pick up my 5.3 for my drift car. This engine is something I've been wanting to get for a while now, and it's not even like 5.3 iron blocks are hard to find, but I think I myself have been sort of stuck in that mindset of like, oh no, I don't want to go get it yet. Let me finish this on the car first. Let me do this other thing first, or let me spend the money on this thing before I go to pick up the engine. But honestly, I'm kind of sick of it already. I've been putting this off for like, I don't know, since the new year. And so I think it's about time I go and pick this thing up. Anyways, I'm not going to do too much talking because that's not what we're here to do. Right now we're in the Mercedes, but we're going to go pick up my grandpa's truck so we can go pick up this engine real quick. I would have used my dad's F-150, but my dad's working today, so I can't use his truck. And his truck is down on 2 cylinders. So I really don't even want to go use his truck to haul an engine right now when it's down on 2 cylinders. His truck's having like an electrical issue or something like that we haven't been able to find. So instead we're gonna go use my grandpa's truck. The only thing is that his truck has a truck bed in the back, so hopefully that doesn't cause any issues for when we load up the engine onto the truck bed. All right, guys, we're in the truck. We're headed on our way to the auto parts place that I'm going to be buying this engine from. It's sort of like not necessarily a scrap yard or a junk yard, but it's more like an auto recycling place. So I have a tire in the back in the truck bed over there. I have a ratchet strap with me. This is a Ford Explorer, so it's a mid-sized truck. Hopefully it doesn't squat too much. And now that we're driving this truck, it sort of got me thinking how I've been wanting to buy my own truck. I really think that would be like a really good purchase, a smart purchase for me at the moment. Because of course I have my new Edge project car. I have my Mercedes-Benz, which is currently my daily driver slash Sunday car slash fun car, I guess. But I would really like to buy a truck just so that I don't have to ask my dad to borrow his truck, or so that I don't have to come borrow my grandfather's truck from him. So I think it's safe to say that the next car I buy or next vehicle that I buy could very much be a truck. I don't really care to buy anything new, like a brand new F-150 Platinum Limited or like a Cummins Ram or anything. I mean, one day I might need one, but right now I would just like something like this, like maybe a little mid-sized truck that I could also use. All right, got you. Like a little mid-sized truck that I could use to haul stuff, haul engines, transmissions, pick up parts. But I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Right now, let's just focus on picking up this 5.3 and then we'll worry about the rest. All right, guys, we're here at the place. I just paid for my motor. There's my receipt. I didn't want to record because I didn't want to be like a weirdo or anything. But I walked around and I looked at some engines. They have like some 6.0s that are, of course, a bit more expensive. Those are like 1,200 bucks. They have an aluminum block 6.0 that's 2,000 bucks, but it's very low mileage, which is understandable. But I came for a nice used iron block 5.3. I have 30 days to return the engine if for whatever reason it doesn't work. So hopefully within these 30 days, I can at least get it turned on just to make sure it's good. But yeah, they're real cool people, so shout out to these guys. They don't do cash refunds, but they told me that if the engine doesn't work for whatever reason within the warranty time, I can always bring it back and they'll give me another one. So that's always cool. If you guys are followers of the channel, you guys know that I've always spoken very highly of iron block 5.3s and just iron block Chevy truck motors in general. I've always had great experiences with them, and so it feels good to get my hands on another one. And I'll of course tell you guys how much I paid and everything that comes with the motor after I get it loaded up and back at my house, so stay tuned for that. But I can say that I paid a very good price for this engine. Very, very fair price that I'm extremely happy with. All right, guys, we got the engine here back at home on the engine stand. I'm super stoked for this project right here. The next thing to do here would be to dismantle the entire engine just to get a good look at the internals of the motor. But from everything I've checked so far on the engine, it looks like it's going to be in really, really good condition, honestly. The engine has 157,000 miles, or at least that's what they say it has. But if we actually go back here, and these are some quick little ways that I'll teach you guys to know if an engine is good. Obviously, the most straightforward ways to check the condition of a motor would be to pull the plugs out and do a compression test on every cylinder. But an even simpler test than that is this one right here that you can do in like 2 seconds, right? Get your index finger and reach up in the exhaust manifold. Reach deep in there and rub your finger all up in there. Then pull your finger out. See, my finger isn't that dirty. Now, if you pull your finger out and it's all black and covered in like soot, and we'll do the other one right here. We'll do the other one. We'll rub our finger in there. And see how it doesn't come out super black and covered in soot? That means that the engine is burning efficiently as it's supposed to. If this engine happened to have like a messed up valve or a messed up oil lifter, which is very common on these LS motors, then that cylinder would be burning inefficiently, and we would be able to see it down here if our fingers were to come out with a ton of soot. But since that's not the case, and again, the engine only has 157,000 miles, which could be considered about like medium life for these motors right here, considering all those things, the engine seems to be still in pretty good condition, and that's the way I've checked it without having to pull out plugs and do the whole compression test, which I'm still going to do just for my own peace of mind. So when I called them up on the phone, they told me that the engine was going to come out to $650. I got there and I spoke to the guy. Everybody was real nice at H Auto Parts, so shout out to them. I'll put their little business card on the screen right now. But I planned to pay $650 for this motor because that's what they had told me over the phone. But I got there and they actually had this thing on special for $550. So I saved myself $100 on this whole engine. But I think I got a really good deal here. The engine looks really, really good so far. And it came with all these other accessories on it as well. So let me show you guys everything that the engine came with. Because a lot of places will sell you an engine for $650, right? But keep in mind, that's only going to be like the block and the heads and maybe the intake manifold and the oil pan. They won't include like all the other cables, ignition coils, and accessories. But here in this case, I paid $550 and got almost all the accessories. So here with my purchase, I got the truck intake manifold, I got the fan clutch, a alternator, power steering pump, and the reservoir right here. I got the AC compressor, which I'm not actually going to need, but that's still nice to have. I have a water pump right there. Luckily for me, this engine came with actually fresh coils. As you can see, if you look at them, they really don't look all that old. So I have fresh ignition coils on both sides. Right here are these 4, and then on the other side are the other 4, and they all look pretty much almost brand new. Also, these look brand new as well, the ignition coil wires. Of course, we have both rails on both sides along with the injectors, and we have the exhaust manifolds that came on both sides. And so I think the game plan here is going to be to go ahead and verify the healthiness of the motor, pull some stuff off, pull the plugs, compression test and all that stuff. Then I think what I want to do is buy the LS swap kit for the car, right? Because to actually get the engine into the car, I believe I have to get some like custom brackets for the motor mounts, as well as maybe a new K member for the car, which I think I am going to need. So I got to go ahead and buy that stuff for the car, which is not going to be cheap, but I mean, oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, I think I actually want to run the engine NA for a while with like simple mods, long tube headers, maybe like a Camaro or like a Corvette intake manifold. But actually, I think this truck intake manifold could actually work very well. I might just have to trim my hood a little bit for it to fit. But my long-term plans would be to, of course, like take the entire engine apart, do ring gap, ARP head studs, like a mean cam, single turbo. So for now, I just want to get the engine in the car as soon as possible, running with long tubes, simple, and just run it NA for like maybe a year, let's say, give or take. And then in the meantime, I'll gather up all the parts that are needed for the turbo swap. But having the engine here at home in my workspace is already a big step. That's already a big thing taken care of and out of the way now. Again, it's something I've been putting on the back burner for way too long, and I'm really happy now that I have the engine here with me. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching this week's video. I know this might be a bit of a short one, but maybe next week's will be a little bit longer. Not too sure what next week's video might be. We have some parts ordered for the C350 that are supposed to get here soon. Or I can make a follow-up video to this one and show you guys me doing the whole compression test on the motor and everything, which I think would actually be a very interesting video, so I might do that. But anyway, we'll see what I film for next week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching this week's video, and I'll see you guys later.